Bum, ba, bum, 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 bum. Welcome back, everybody. Red Pill Fight Club. Got a little bit of a delayed start. We were running behind a little bit tonight. Thank you all for being here, being cheer. Don't be here, don't be square. Just be fair. We got all that running right here. Thank you all for coming in and tuning in. Yesterday we had Taco Tuesday. Boom, 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 boom. Taco Tuesday, we dropped some badass receipts. We were just nuking bitches from orbit. We were doing all kinds of things. I like to have really good guests with really good stories to tell, even if they involve me. You know, they don't have to involve me, but even if they do, this has happened just to be one that just involves me. It just happened to be, as you see here, we dropped it over on Twitter as well, and I just dropped over on True Name Nemesis some more receipts as well. Some of the things we talked about last night, we didn't show the receipts for, that we do have. And I went ahead and dropped two of the biggest nukes that I got as well to prove some of the things that I tell you. So don't forget to check it out over there. Thank you, Battle Rabbit, for coming out, being a stand-up guy. And, of course, thank you coming back to the Reaper Horde. What are we doing tonight? Oh, we're always doing a good thing. We're always going through the Twitter tweets, the Twitters, the X, the scrolls, not the knolls, with the trolls. And, of course, it's Walking in the Woods Wednesday with James Woods, so we got a little bit of that going on. So we'll make sure we get that Twitter sound up there for us as well. Twitter audio. Make sure we got it. What are we over here on X? Got X home. See if I can find that one right quick. Let's see here. Yeah, there it is. So we should be able to get good audio sound. Got Anita McGroin for the Bonjuna Army and the McGroin Nation. Says we are all anxious for arrest. Do not flee. Dan and Cash are no doubt facing Satan himself in DC. Do not fall for the clickbait wannabes trying to turn you against them. You've trusted Dan for years. Don't let them down. I agree. Thank you, Anita. Being the queen you are, I appreciate you doing that. Here we got James Woods, of course, right after that. No, of course, I don't script anything when I do my show, so I just simply talk to you. So we got Bowling Point live in the chat. Hello, how are you? Says maybe. Don't know what that means, but we'll move on. Good to see Newt and Russ and Rev. Thank you. Walking in the woods. That's right. So James Woods, we're going to go ahead and start on James Woods' first one. He says, nope, stay there. Rosie O'Donnell, considering moving back to the U.S., says, life in Ireland is hard. Sorry. I don't care. I want you to stay exactly where you're at. I don't want you back. Well, I mean, once you leave, we just don't want you back. We got Wood Geek. He says, I just told Grok to rewrite Aaron Tippin's song, I Got It Honest, to be about a woodworking channel. Freaking hilarious. That's great. Did I actually write the song or just the lyrics? Will Grok actually write a song, produce music, or is it just the lyrics? I like to hear a little bit about there. So, buenas nachos. Good to see you guys. And if you guys are content creators for BowlingPoint.live, don't forget, make sure you join the private server that Rev just set up with just the lyrics. So if you want someplace to produce the music, he'll get Wood Geek, and I can probably help you out with that too. So, boom, boom, and Kaskingal. Libs TikTok says, this liberal turned down her dream internship at NASA because of her TDS. Is anyone disappointed? Okay, we're gonna mute her little stupid thing with the stupid little music. So no one tells you how hard it is to reject your offer letter from the dream internship at NASA. You're stupid. This girl, stupid AF to allow her TDS to prevent her from actually getting to her dream job. This is one of the stupidest things I've seen and heard. Why are you going to let your hatred of someone else prevent you from doing what you need to be doing? It's almost like we talked about that last night, that we had these two witches we were talking about that were so focused on going after me to cover up all their malfeasance that they didn't bother even doing anything to grow themselves. This bitch is, they had Kang derangement syndrome. This bitch has got Trump derangement syndrome, and she's allowing her Trump derangement syndrome to prevent her from growing, to prevent her from gaining what she needs to gain. Put that shit aside and do your dream job. Almost all of us are never going to meet the president. Almost all of us are never going to be affected by anything the president ever does or says. Period. That was true under Biden in a lot of ways. even though we all got hit hard at the gas pump and at the grocery store, things like that. That's true. We got hit at the border. But Trump is not going to show up at your house and I'm going to bad touch you. We don't know just how bad touching we're going to be. We're under your bed, totally under your bed, you know, the way it is. But holy shit, Unlimited L's has started following me. That's crazy. I just followed him back. Holy shit, dude. That's what we're doing. We're growing out here. The Red Pill Fight Club. Always growing. Always getting better. Focusing on us and what we need to do for us. Really cool. Unlimited L's just followed me. I'm going to hit him up. I'm going to go ahead and say thank you for the follow. Thank you for the follow, brother. Means a ton. One content creator here. So this is content creator here. Hope you enjoy my output. Live now. Fantastic. Now I'm also going to tag it with my customary Kangly tags. I like to do shit with that. So I'll put it right here. I got lots of Kangly tags that I put stuff out on. Do appreciate it. I do appreciate it. And there's so many people out there, they get so hyper focused, you know, on other things, things that they shouldn't be doing. And, you know, focusing on everyone else's nonsense instead of their own. And then they wonder why shit falls apart for them. So look here, I had no idea this guy followed me today. I said, thank you. I appreciate it. What has he got here? Oh my God. What is this? Look at this. This troglodyte.
Scott got into a fight with the young girl and
says 275-pound Ohio woman brutally slams and hits an 11-year-old girl in the head at a playground. An 11-year-old girl. She says, now what? She begged the child to stop. As the child begged her. Oh, excuse me. She says, now what? And then as the child was begging her to stop. Says metal portion of the slide. So she was using the metal portion of the slide during the attack. Scott allegedly told the child's mother that she hopes the kid dies. Really? Wow. Just wow. Here we go. Holding her down and beating this child.
Police say 19-year-old Destiny Scott got into a fight with the young...
Look at this face. This is the face that only a blind mother could love. Look at this mugwump. Look at this potato marshmallow person. Why do they always look like this? Why do they always look like subhuman trash? Like some sort of flotsam and jetsam that came pouring out of somebody's rectum during a night of eating nothing but Taco Bell for the entire day. Why does she look like such a human pile of feces? What's going on with this person?
Young girl, and
why would you beat up a child? What could it possibly be that the child had done to actually get this Peter Griffin lookalike, the trans Peter Griffin at Russ says? That's right. Oh my God. Beating up an 11-year-old little girl running around a playground. Climbs up on the playground. Looks like she has climbed up onto the playground mat to beat this girl. No. She's up in the air. She's know those like little jungle gyms the kids got with the upper walkways. It's all rubberized and things like that. And they got those slides. She's climbed up there to beat this little girl.
Now what? You gonna keep running around?
Now what? You gonna keep running around? She's beating her for running around?
Police say 19-year-old Destiny Scott got into a fight with the young girl and repeatedly slammed her head into the playground slide, making her bleed and concussing her.
And the girl ran up behind me and she like grabbed me by my hair and slung me up against the ground.
Scott has been charged with assault and disorderly conduct. She is set to appear in court on Tuesday morning.
I feel like it's ridiculous, and the police aren't providing any protection for my child. And there should definitely be a lot more done about this than a misdemeanor assault and disorderly conduct.
While Scott was being detained, she told the child's mother she hoped the little girl would die, and the mother lunged for her daughter's attacker. Mom was charged with obstructing official business and disorderly conduct.
Destiny is 200.
So this little girl gets beat up and the mother lunges for the woman to beat her up. It's weird how Metcalf's father is cucked. He's hired himself a black handler, a big black guy named Ben, to be his handler, who's got a jacket on that's like pro-black. It's not like just, hey, I'm here to help and make sure, don't worry about my race, as it shouldn't be. We shouldn't care about the guy's race, but he's made it a point for us to care. He's made it a point for us to care because he's the guy that's telling this guy, this Metcalf's father, he's basically completely cut. Oh, I forgive him. And then he wanted to go there and pray with him, and they kick him out, and they impugn his character and say, you got a lot of nerve showing up here. His son was just murdered savagely by a kid who apparently, according to an eyewitness, yes, I just put that out. Yes, I did. Yeah, we're going to go to the Rumble. You got to go to the YouTube, rather. I put it out on YouTube. So we're going to go to my YouTube. Hit that studio up. Hit that content up. Here we go. Truth comes out, since we're going to segue into this. Let's see if we can watch it. Just watch it. So I guess I got to go over just to the channel itself. Go to my videos. It's a little segment.
It's bad for some.
There we go.
But
so this girl she called into a podcast, and this girl is scheduled to interview one of Austin's friends who was there on the scene and watched it happen. There on the scene. This is probably breaking for a lot of people, but they're on the scene. Good to see you, Astro. Thank you. Wood Geek, thank you. Appreciate it, brother. Well, this is breaking. They're on the scene. Listen.
basically the gist of it. So Carmelo was on suspension for having weapons on school grounds.
Oh, Carmelo wasn't even supposed to be there that day, just like Dante Hicks of Clerks fame. If y'all watch Clerks, you'll know who I'm talking about. So he wasn't even supposed to be there that day because he was suspended for having weapons at school. And we had another eyewitness who said that, well, they knew Carmelo and they knew he got in fights and shit. They never thought he ever killed anybody. So we got this other girl saying that he was on suspension. Wasn't even supposed to be there that day. He was suspended because he had weapons in school previously. Oh, spotless record. A student, total rocket scientist, Carmelo. I want you to wrap your head around what she just said. Let's let her continue.
Grounds, so which technically means you are not supposed to be at school events. And he had showed up to the track meet even though he wasn't competing. And decided to sit under Memorial High School's tent. And
why? If he wasn't there to compete and he was already suspended from school and suspended from events for bringing weapons to school, why did he show up again with a book bag with a knife in it? Was he there to loot? There to try to steal shit from people? Probably. Was it a gang jump in? He had to kill himself, a white boy, to get into the gang? I know what that's like. I myself almost had my life taken by a gang jump in. A black gang told a black gang member who used to be a friend of mine that he had to lure me over to the stand of woods and murder me for being white so he could be jumped into the gang. I've told that story on this channel. And how that was only foiled when another black gang member from a rival black gang showed up at school as me and this dude were walking out of the school and tried to blast his ass. Bullet going past one ear of me, the other ear of mine. Bullets went over my shoulders, right past my ears. I was almost collateral damage by a complete random accident. I guess you could say the hand of God came down and actually stopped this guy I thought was my friend who was going to take me over to a stand of trees near the school and have me murdered for being white. And another black kid looking to kill this black friend of mine, having no idea who he was and what this guy's plan was, interceded, trying to murder this guy, and that thwarted his plan. Tell me that ain't God working in my life. Clearly, I had something else to do. I was only 16 years old when this happened. Try to be 16-year-old me and see your life almost end instantly with 2 bullets going right past your head. Literally over your shoulder. That's how close I came to death. Everything slowed down for me. It went in super slow-mo, like some things happen during traumatic events. How did I find out what my friend's plan was? Because a week later, he actually called me over. He was standing by my friend's car after school, called me over and wanted to admit to that, wanted to apologize. And then he admitted to the murder plot. A year later, he was dead, shot and killed in a, gang-related shooting. Was Carmelo Anthony? Was he the same? Was it the same thing? Was it the same thing? Was he looking to get jumped into a gang? We don't know that. I'm only speculating that, but here I got this, releasing this out to you now, that an eyewitness who was there watched this and said he was suspended for having weapons at school. Another person was interviewed that very day and was said, well, we knew he fights all that. We never thought he'd ever kill anybody. And here he is at the track meet he had no business being at with weapons. What was he doing there? Let's let the scroll finish.
Austin and Hunter both told him, like, you can't sit here, you're gonna have to go sit with your school. And Carmelo started reaching in his bag for something, and Austin tried to take the bag, and Carmelo punched him. Austin punched back, and then Carmelo stabbed him. And
okay, so Carmelo walks over to their tent. He was there for only a few moments, and then they said, sorry, you can't sit here. He goes to reach into his bag after some words were exchanged. Touch me, see what happens. Touch me, see what happens. Reaches into the bag. Apparently, the Metcalf boy tried to grab the bag, pull it away because he perceived it as a threat. Carmelo punches. He punches Metcalf. Metcalf punches back. That's when Carmelo stabs and kills Metcalf. Interesting.
That then just basically ran off.
Okay.
And then he ran off.
Was when Carmelo was under the tent, was he talking to people, or was he sitting by himself, or what was he doing under the tent?
he wasn't even in there for like 5 seconds before Austin said something, because what he told police was that he was going to see friends. But the other issue with that is Carmelo's a senior, and that track meet was a JV event, and the only reason why the twins were there was because they were working it.
Oh, I see. Okay. Okay, makes sense, because now this.
So Carmelo is lying, saying he was there to see friends, but he's suspended from school. He's a senior. This is a non-senior event, so he wouldn't be engaging with his peers. He wouldn't be engaging with friends. His friends wouldn't be there. Was he there just to steal? Was he there to commit this racial murder, to get jumped into a black gang? Who knows? If the races were reversed, I'd be just as outraged. So there you go. I put that over there on my YouTube. Check it out. Good to see you, Mama Bear. Good to see you, cuz. It's good to see you. Happy hump day, everybody. We're going to get through this. And so this whole Carmelo Anthony situation is it's blowing up. It's becoming the number one thing people want to talk about. I'm hoping we get past it. It should have been a local news story and not something that was nationally done. Hell, the guy they brought up, this Dominique fellow they brought out to represent, this pastor. Yeah, he's a pastor. Yeah, yet he's got felony convictions on his freaking record. Grand theft auto, shook a baby nearly to death, causing brain damage, permanent damage to a little 2-year-old child. Forgery. Oh yeah, he's a real pastor. Living up to the cloth. Hypocrisy. I despise it. So we got here, Trump notices, Unlimited L says, Trump notices a veteran's prosthetic with the Let's Go Brandon picture. And he goes, what's that you got on your leg?
And we're so excited, sir, to be here. We're honored to be here. And thank you for all you do for our nation's heroes. Thank you.
Who's that picture on there?
That is Joe Biden, and it says, let's go, Brandon.
Epic. On his prosthetic leg, he's got a Let's Go Brandon sticker. Epic. I love that energy, man. Trump just brings the energy. Not everybody likes Trump's energy. Not everybody likes it. Sometimes it's too harsh. Some people don't like my energy. It's okay. Some people don't like my language, because I say things, It's okay. I'm not going to make you happy. Like I said, I'm not here to match every Tom, Dick, and Harry's energy. I'm here to give you mine. If you like it, you tune into my show. If you like my show, don't forget, hit the repost button over on Rumble and share the link out with your friends. Tell them to get here now, that this is the place to be. Tell them to get here now and come and watch and have a good time. Tell them to come and chill and come and have a good time. Because this is the place, it's the best thing to be doing on a Wednesday evening, is being right here, hanging out with Kang, totally not suffering Kang derangement syndrome. It's the best thing for you to be doing. It's the absolute best thing you could be doing. So I do appreciate that. But look, I know I'm not everybody's cup of tea, and I'm okay with not being that. Okay? I'm going to be true to myself, true to who I am, and that's just what it's going to be. Either you like me or you don't like me. But don't come to Kang's show and expecting me to be like, anything other than the raunchy Kang. I'm going to give you the raunch. I'm going to give it to you. I'm going to give you the language. I'm sorry. A lot of people, I'm going to tell you what you need to hear, sometimes in the way you may not like to hear it. But I'm going to tell you the truth. I'm going to give you my opinion. So here we got Doge. Send it, baby. Yeah, love the imagery. Love the imagery. Wow, what's going on here? Just in, illegal arrested for killing his girlfriend and burying her in a Maryland state forest. Lisbeth Beleth Ramirez Guerra, 23, was found on April 17th, over 2 weeks after she was reported missing. Killed by Casey Robinson Alexi Brera Rosa, was the father of her 2 kids.
He has since been help from the community with the investigation, along with digital evidence led police.
So a young Latino woman murdered by her illegal immigrant boyfriend.
To where they located her body in a heavily wooded area. Officials say the grave site was not an obvious one. They immediately issued an arrest warrant for her boyfriend, 24-year-old Casey Rosa, charging him with her murder. Now, police suspected foul play from the beginning, and during a search warrant of their home, discovered Rosa is in the country illegally from Guatemala.
Imagine that.
He has since been detained by ICE since last week and is currently in custody out of the state, but is expected to be extradited soon to face these charges.
Imagine that. Imagine that. It's almost as if I'm noticing a pattern. If somebody is willing to break into your home, what makes you think that they're not also going to then shit on your floor? What makes you think that they'll stop? That they broke into your home, but they sure as hell wouldn't drink your beer in your fridge. No. They sure as hell wouldn't kick your cat and punch your puppy. Oh, they sure as hell wouldn't harm your child. They sure as hell wouldn't go after your wife. They sure as hell wouldn't burn your fucking house down. No! I mean, they only broke into your home. Why would they continue committing crimes when they're in it? Who would ever believe that? That sounds like some sort of nonsensical story. Now imagine some illegal breaks into your house. And then you tell them, no, sorry, you must go. Castle doctrine. I'm going to push you out. And now he stabs you in the heart because you ask him to leave, but it's self-defense. It's self-defense, obviously, they're going to say. Chuck Schumer will come out and support the illegal for being the illegal, not care that he stabbed an American citizen in the heart for asking him to leave his home that he just broke into. You're not supposed to be here. It's not your house. Please leave. A couple of punches are exchanged. And then the illegal stabs you because how dare you punch back? How dare you stop him from breaking into your home? How dare you? How dare you, they say. How absolute the nerve you have. The absolute nerve. And they'll take the side of the illegals, the side of the terrorists, the side of the murderers all the time. It's weird. I see this pattern emerging. And we talked a little bit about that last night. I just put up some receipts about some of the extremists that we were talking about last night, proving the extreme shit that these people were calling for. When you threaten law enforcement, you're not a patriot. When you say you're going to beat the brakes off the police chief that arrested you, credibly and justifiably, you're not a patriot. When you say you're going to go after an ATF agent that testified against you in a court case related to that, you're not a patriot. You're a terrorist. It's like listening to all these lefties now. Oh my God, you can't deport these people back to Guatemala. I mean, I'm like, wait. You told me that Guatemalans are superior to us in all ways, especially morally. But at the same time, Guatemala is a hellhole that you don't want them to be forced back to, even though you're okay with them flying the Guatemalan flag, going, Guatemala, yeah! And we're supposed to just tolerate these people, celebrating being Guatemalan in our country, celebrating being an invader while waving the flag of their invading country. And we're evil and white and supreme for saying you shouldn't do that. You should be here illegally and you should be an American. But then if you send them back to Guatemala, then all of a sudden, they're no longer coming from a superior position. Now you're sending them back to a hellhole. You call Guatemala a hellhole. They go, you're a racist. Then if you send them back to Guatemala, they go, oh, you don't understand. Guatemala's scary. Which is it, lefties? Oh, the only thing you care about is destroying the West. That's all you care about, is breaking us down and burning us to the ground. That's all you care about. And you will lie, cheat, and steal to get that done. You don't care who you harm. So, boom, boom. Unlimited Hell says he's replying. He says, you're welcome, brother. Keep up the great work. Holy fucking shit. Bad fucking ass. I had zero expectation of that. Just a great fucking page. This guy's got a serious amount of followers. He's got a serious amount of followers. This dude's like legit. He says, I mean, just legit. Legit. I like his stuff. Unlimited else, Florida man threatens to shoot a 9-year-old girl after she showed up at his house selling candy and then alleges she was a decoy for a break-in. Wow. Yeah, this is bad. It says Tyler Chambers posted an image of the girl online and wrote, you were lucky we weren't home and would have shoot your dumbass. Huh. Let's take a look here. Interesting. But did she break into your house, dude? Or she ring the bell and walk away? Looks like a child to me. Looks like she's doing the pee-pee dance. Looks like the worst thing she could have done was pee maybe somewhere in your bushes. But you say, I would have shot you? What did she do? It says the video was shared by a neighbor. This is what Chambers posted on. He says, you're lucky you weren't able to shot your ass, dumb bitch. This little girl, what did she do? Could you imagine if he was home and he would have shot her? Imagine the fucking scandal, the media fucking scandal, the outrage. Cities would burn. People would be burning, looting. It would be unbelievable. And they might be justified in that particular instance being angry. I never justify burning and looting. I never justify you attacking someone else. But this is fucking insane. People are they're becoming hyper-vigilant. And this is a reaction to a lot of the black on white crime. This is a reaction to a lot of the black crime in general. This is a reaction to a lot of the thug gangster lifestyle in the black community that is not endemic. It's not normal for them. We need to return, all of us, not just the black community, but all of us, back to the church. Make the church the focus of your life. Make the community the focus of that. Go back to school. Go back to church. All those things you need to do. Make that part of the the very first thing built in a town should be the church. After that, you build a school. After that, you build the livery. Then you build the supply, and you do all that, and you try to make people focus on God in their life. I recognize the God of hands in my life. You don't have to go to a church to actually experience God. God should be experienced in an individual case. I understand that. You should have a personal relationship with God. But it does help to have that sense of community, having that structure to go to, because God does not live in the church. He doesn't live in the Bible. He lives in you. I said what I said. So he says here, Highland Park, Michigan councilman goes on an unhinged rant during a city council meeting after his arrest for drunk driving with no license, insurance, registration. Oh, he pulled a tweak. Fuck, I don't need no license. I don't need no registration. I don't need insurance. Here's my flat earth sovereign citizen card. Out there you arrest me and take my flak jacket. Out there you arrest me and take my gas mask and my silencers and my guns. I'm only a convicted felon. The world's flat. Just as insane as that. Let's watch this here.
Revenge is a dish best served cold, and I love a good fight. So pardon my language. For those of you who know this Gemini sitting up here, you know they didn't do nothing but pour gasoline on an already enraged inferno.
Councilman Khurshid Ashafi trashing the city's police and refusing to step down from his job. His verbal attack leaving citizens who asked him to step down outraged.
Revenge is a dish best served cold. You want me to move? Come move me. I'm sitting right here.
Video of his arrest for refusing a breathalyzer after a crash.
I'm not drunk, I'm not intoxicated. I'm not saying that, sir, at all. I'm just doing my job.
And allegedly driving on a suspended license and failing to yield. Those
Holy
charges remain
shit.
pending.
They came out of no way.
Here, EMTs describing a smell of alcohol and slurred speech, which the councilman denies. Blood test results also are still pending. And in another incident, March 10th, also caught on police body cam video in Highland Park.
I don't like that.
Councilman Ashafi having a contentious exchange with officers outside a bar. Listen closely and you can hear him calling them white Nazis.
Wow.
Revenge is...
I see. Okay, I have a response to this. Here we go. I do have a response. It's a very simple response. I do that with these kind of situations. It's very specific. It's a picture of Rachel Gentile, the potato, the human potato from the Trayvon Martin case. Didn't do nothings. Yeah, he didn't do nothing. He's on camera involved in a car accident. He wrecked his car to someone else's, then says they came out of nowhere. He's clearly drunk. They can smell the alcohol, slur speech, and doesn't want to give them anything now. He doesn't have a license, registration, or insurance, and he somehow is a councilman? How can he be a city councilman who doesn't even abide by the city's laws? Absolutely batshit fucking crazy insane. This is what happens when you take people who do not have anything more than a room temperature IQ and put them in positions of power. They feel they can't be touched. This is shit American behavior. And then he goes into this racist thing. This is not a racist thing, dude. This is not a race thing at all, you moron. You know how many white city council members I've seen pulled over driving drunk too also claim they didn't do nothing? You know how many times I see them too? The Dindu tribe don't know no color. It just knows ignorance, baby. It knows ignorance. It's ignorant mofos who are part of the Dindu tribe. And they got a very diverse family, baby. That tribe is very diverse. So true. Multiple cars and homes were hit by gunfire during a shootout outside a teen's house party. I got hit. 16-year-old girl was hit during the gunfire. Vehicles and homes were left with over a dozen bullet holes. What the fuck?
Oh, I can't! Get up! I can't! I got hit! Get up!
In surveillance video from the wee hours of Monday morning, a teenager who we've blurred along with others can be heard yelling about being hit. Even as more gunfire goes off. She still manages to escape as other potential victims run for their lives as well. At least one 16-year-old girl was struck along with all the nearby property, although it's unclear if anyone's been charged.
This is the second time this has happened over here. This is the second time this has happened.
Oh, I can't! Get up! I can't! I got hit!
Huh. Garbage behavior. Do better. Do better. Do better. This is on all of us. All of us. Encourage your brother and sister, your cousin, to do better. Just because your neighbor don't look like you does not mean he does not have to abide by the law, and you can't sit there and say that you have no reason to encourage him to do better. Wow, man. Great shit. Gotta say, I really do like this guy's page. Gotta say, like his page. 0 levels of expectations. If you have no expectations, then you would never be let down. James Woods, let's go right to James Woods' feed. Says, the Biden illegal alien invasion was the darkest 4 years of willful lawlessness by any president in history. Here we go. Look at this shit. Look at the border here. Gonna go ahead and mute that. Jeff Rainforth photography. So we got these Muslim men trying to cross into the border, doing the Ali at the snack bar thing. It looks like black Africans, you know, Muslims from Africa coming in. Huh. Looks like a demilitarized zone. Just absolutely insane. That this is our southern border. This is what we allowed under the Biden piss pants potato regime, under the dimension potato. It's absolutely astounding to me that this could possibly be a thing. That this could be a thing. That this could be allowed. That we allowed people who have clearly no capacity for rational thought to vote. I'm telling you, to improve the voting rules. Number one, clear them all out, make everyone re-register. They have to show 2 forms of ID to be able to actually register. Then when you get the registration, it's coded into the computer. Then when they come in, they verify your ID. Whatever form of identification you use to register, you have to have with you. And they tell you can check your registration online and see the scan or see the picture of what you brought in. So you know you have to bring that with you. You have to log in using your social security number and all that kind of crap, but whatever other security they need to do. But when you get there, that's not a guarantee you can vote. When you get there, they give you a Ravens matrices, a very simple 1-page IQ test. And if you can't complete the very simple Ravens matrices and get at least 3 out of 5, you don't vote. Go home, try again next year. Maybe on the back of the Ravens matrices, they then give you an option instead to answer a civics test. What are the 3 branches of government? And even further, instead of having the candidates listed, you simply have their policies without their names. And you vote for the policy, not the name. If you did that, you'd see a lot of this bullshit stop. You see a lot of these people who basically have no clue what's going on, no clue how things work, and no clue how to even operate in day-to-day life. You'd see these people be excluded from voting. Voting should be a privilege. Got to be a taxpayer. Actually pay taxes. Have a vested interest in the country. Be a citizen, pay taxes, pass a very simple Ravens matrices, pass a very simple civics test. And then the computer screen that they use, or the 2 post-its on the computer screen says, okay, this is the policies of these 2 people. You hit the button, it prints out who you voted for on paper, and then you drop that in a box and they count that paper ballot. That's it. That's how it's done. Guaranteed to reduce all the grift, grafts, corruption, and fraud. It will reduce a lot of this bullshit. You clear out all the retards that don't even understand how the government works. And they'd be voting for policy, not for the personality. Vote for policy. That's how we change things for the better. This is the hill that Democrats in our country have chosen to die on. What? Look at the face on this person. Now, this looks a little bit like a Tom McDonald kind of clone, so I'm not going to, beat him up for how he looks, but typically people that look like this are unemployable. People that look like this are people that have made the decision that they're going to live on welfare or someone else's government cheese in some way. Someone else is going to have to take care of them the rest of their lives. But let's listen to what he has to say. What hill is this shrapnel face have to say? Let's look.
Probably heard about this Supreme Court's ruling on the definition of the word woman. This will have some real serious implications. It will have some consequences. But I want to tell you one thing. They can make their laws. They can specify their definitions. They can take away my rights. But there's one thing that they'll never be able to take from me. And that's who I am. I'm a trans woman, and I'm proud. And they'll never be able to take.
You're a dude. And under no circumstances could I even blindfolded think that this was anything other than a dude. Just because you declare yourself a toaster doesn't make you a toaster. So this guy with the shrapnel of an exploded toaster in their face is trying to convince me that they're really a toaster. And I should feel ashamed because I don't believe them. No, I don't believe them. This person can't pass through a metal detector without setting it off. If you were to tase this person, you could probably end their life because there's too much metal in their body. It's too bad. He was good at Blink 182, Russ has to say. Oh my God. Newt's like, yeah, the Mayflower, the press ship. This is the reason, too, that I carry a 9-volt. Oh my God. Oh, who needs a taser when you got a 9-volt with that kind of guy? This Palestinian mother in Gaza, every year there's another October. There will be another October 7th. Our children will harm you. You will know the exact date, but I swear to you, it will happen. She's screaming and yelling. This is because it worked out so well, October 7th massacre and rape of women and children, right? It worked out so well for you. Here she is. You can't understand her because she's got, she's got the blah, 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 blah. She's speaking her language. She says, every year there will be another October 7th. Our children will harm you. We won't tell you the exact date, but I swear it's going to happen. Oh yeah. So you totally are blaming Israel for wanting to bomb you back to the Stone Age. Really? It's just so weird. You declare yourself a terrorist, declare yourself going to be a person who's going to continue to attacking people, saying you're going to send your children to attack them, but they're not justified in defending themselves? Just a little weird. It's just a little weird. It's self-defense, you see? Right. Will it never end? Breaking: a Houston man who beat an old man with dementia was released on a bond lowered from $1 million to $20,000. He just assaulted a woman. Here we go. So here we are in the parking lot.
Elderly victim to the ground for trying to get into his car in December 2023 at La Michicana food store in North Houston. That victim's family says he was simply confused because he has Alzheimer's. The man in the
getting stomped.
Is Trayvon Lockridge. He was arrested, but his bond was then lowered,
Thrown to the ground and stomped.
Of course he gets out, and he's out, and now he's wanted again.
Wanted for aggravated assault with a deadly weapon and a shooting. Forget. A man beats an elder.
Oh, I mean, it's what? There's like no way, absolutely no way that this could be true, right? I was told Dindu here. I got another Dindu. I see Shasta in the chat. Good to see you. Haven't seen you in a minute. Good to see you. Thank you for coming in. Hoping to give you a daily dose of sanity. But holy crap. Another Dindu nothings. Huh. I'm going to respond to James Woods with that too. Maybe he'll follow me. I have no idea. But another Dindu. You guys just don't understand that this guy's just a Dindu. It was just self-defense. He was defending himself from that evil dementia person. This person that was clearly white, clearly dementia-riddled, and therefore maybe it was Joe Biden he was going after. Who knows? I could probably excuse that one. I could probably say, I could let this one pass. No, seriously, don't harm people. No, don't. Even Biden wouldn't deserve something like this, okay? Maybe the 90s when he was like, fighting tough Biden, Mr. Put him up, put your dukes up. Maybe then, someone smacking the snake out of his mouth would have been perfectly fine. But I'm just saying, beating up elderly people is just a bad thing. And then later he gets out and then goes out and commits assault with a deadly weapon on someone else. Look, there's just certain people that you just need to extract from society and no longer let them live in society anymore. Sometimes it's just, hey, look, you told us to take the 10 Commandments out in front of all the courthouses, out in front of all the schools. Fine, on the courthouse, fine. We replace it with a gallows. Person gets arrested. This is on video. It's indisputable that he did this. A speedy trial, convicted, and then marched straight outside and said, there you go, hemp rope necktie. Huh. Matt Walsh is being responded to. It says here, Matt Walsh says the birth rate in 1850 was almost 300 births per 1,000 women of childbearing age. In 1950, it was 106. Today, it's 55. Half of what it was in 75 years ago. 20% of it, 20% of what it was 175 years ago. We need to start taking this problem seriously before we march into our own extinction. Agreed. They told you that reproducing is evil, white, and supreme. How dare you? Because of the climate or racism or whatever. And then, no. But James Wood says, now do Muslim birth rates. Yeah. And then do the cousin marriages too. And then do the IQ of those cousin marriages. Do all of that. Can we do that maybe? Can we possibly look into that? Mm-hmm. Jordan M. Thomas says, hey, says, her, Vance, and Pete Hegseth for the win. Agreed. He says, and Scott Bensett, he's top drawer as well. Stephen Miller is another champion. Good, good, good. Let's see here. Caroline Levitt is literally the best member of Trump's team, bar none. I've seen nothing bad about her. I've liked all of her takes. He says, she is a superstar, represents the essence of the conservative patriotic values in our nation. I agree. I agree. Here we go.
You said on Fox News that the entire Pentagon is working against Secretary Hegseth. But the people who were fired were Hegseth's own guys. So how do you square that, and what do you say to concerns that that's bad management?
They were Pentagon employees who leaked against their boss to news agencies in this room. And it's been clear since day one from this administration that we are not going to tolerate individuals who leak to the mainstream media, particularly when it comes to sensitive information. And the Secretary of Defense is doing a tremendous job, and he is bringing monumental change to the Pentagon. And there's a lot of people in this city who reject monumental change, and I think, frankly, that's why we've seen a smear campaign against the Secretary of Defense since the moment that President Trump announced his nomination before the United States Senate. Let me reiterate, the President stands strongly behind Secretary Hegseth and the change that he is bringing to the Pentagon, and the results that he's achieved thus far speak for themselves.
Is there an FBI investigation into the leaks? The Secretary said that these people would be prosecuted.
Yeah, I appreciate that take. Don't forget, everybody, Red Pill Faculty was brought to you by BowlingPoint.live. Go to BowlingPoint.live for all of your news. I write articles for them, and you will be able to see my postings over there as well. And also, this is brought to you by
Red Pill Fight Club is proudly sponsored by Cocaine Bear Piss. We produce and ship only the most royal class of products. We work with only the finest hosts to advertise our kingly line of merchandise. Style matters, you motherfuckers.
Style does matter, motherfuckers. And you want to pair that up with a MyPatriotCigar.com. MyPatriotCigar.com, promo code KANG for 25% off. MyPatriotCigar.com, promo code KANG for a delicious pairing. So smoke a My Patriot Cigar while you're scrolling through BowlingPoint.live and reading my articles over there. I post this r.house. You can see my articles there. I post pretty much every other day. And except for weekends, so take the weekends off, of course. And then, of course, you can be drinking a little delicious Cocaine Bear Piss. It's a great way to couple them all together and enjoy all of it together. Be a enjoyer of many things at one time. Very delicious. It's almost like pleasure overload. It's like Bart Simpson finding out there's a snow day. Pleasure overload. Jack Flynn says, we can disagree with her reasons, but she's sticking to it. Our so-called conservative politicians should take note. This is what sticking to the cause looks like. And he goes, He says, this is what communist mania looks like. Well, who is Jack Flynn, and what the fuck is he referring to? Oh, the girl that said no to NASA because, no, I don't like the Donald Trump. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, boy. The girl that with her, old lady glasses, This is an attractive girl that decided to make herself as unattractive as possible. And now she's going to destroy her own prospects for future employment in something that she really wants to do with her life, all because she has Trump derangement syndrome. They're so similar. Kang derangement syndrome, Trump derangement syndrome are so fucking similar, as we talked about last night. Thank you again, Battle Ravage, for coming forward and speaking the truth. I appreciate you doing that, brother. See what else has he got going on. I'm going to go back to my feed. Thank you. We definitely did enjoy that. I'm going to hit my feed again. Oh, Dylan Mulvaney. Oh, here's some extremists here. Remember, this is from Camu Cambone from years ago, back in the Obama years. This was from Ian Miles Chong. You can like him or dislike him. I don't give a shit. What he's posting here says, under receipt. I remember this one from back in the Obama years. This is what Camu Cambone says.
And the one idea is how we are going to exterminate white people, because that, in my estimation, is the only conclusion I have come to. We have to exterminate white people off of the face of the planet to solve this problem.
And people are clapping for that. This is the reason why we're having a hard time getting along. This guy's not my cousin. He's not my family member. He should be deported immediately. Or fired out of a cannon into the sun, whichever comes first.
Now, I don't care whether you clap or not, but I'm saying to you that we need to solve this problem.
And he's the author and owner of Blacknificent Books. And this was broadcast live on C-SPAN. Could you imagine some white guy getting up and saying this about black people? Oh my God, cities would burn. Yeah, I remember this from back in the Obama years. This is unacceptable behavior.
Because they are going to kill us. And I will leave on that. So we have to just set up our own system and stop playing and get very serious and not be diverted.
Oh, so what he didn't play was the first part where he says that, there's only one N-word on the planet, and that N-word is white people who are poisoning the air and poisoning the water and destroying the environment. He was blaming white people for climate change and pollution and all that kind of shit, while ignoring that it's China and India that are dumping trillions of tons of garbage every year into the ocean, while ignoring China and India are producing most of the CO2 gases, while ignoring that just planting trees would balance this all out again. But he blames white people that we're uniquely responsible for all the ills of the world. So he wants to exterminate us, you see. All right, Black Hitler. All right, I see that. I got you. Okay. Oh, is that right? 27-year-old Shamira Wright was arrested after repeatedly slapping her 9-year-old daughter in the face, then dragging her home by her hair. What the hell is going on here? Oh my Lord. That's proper dragging. She's not just, pulling her. She's got her by the hair. The girl's face down being dragged like a corpse. I've seen white women do this to their kids in fucking Walmart because they don't want to give that toy, and they grab that kid by the collar and drag him out too. I don't like that either. This is crap behavior. If you can't be a nurturer to your child and be there for your child, you don't deserve to be a mother. Your child becomes inconvenient to you and you just simply say, I'm just going to drag you home. That's a problem for me. What did this child do? If you have a misbehaving child, you're failing as a parent. Is she a special needs child? Is she autistic, or does she have some sort of other kind of tism? Is there something else going on here? Who do we know? This is still not a proper way to treat them. You don't just simply cast them aside or treat them like this because they become inconvenient for you. It's just weird. This child's only crime was becoming inconvenient to her mother, so this is the way she's going to treat her. Unacceptable behavior. Unbelievable. She says to her daughter, you better get your bitch ass up. It's so despicable. So despicable. Absolutely despicable. Absolutely despicable. But look at here. You can look on the left-hand side. You can see this old man's face. I didn't show this before, but look at this old man's face that this guy beat up. I'm just as outraged as that black woman treating her black child that way, just as I'm pissed off at this black guy beating this old white guy. To me, don't give a shit what the colors are. All I care about is the shit behavior. We have got to stop acting so trashy to each other. We got to stop being so shit. Criticize bad behavior. 100% on board with it. Call people out for their shit behavior. Call them out for being hypocrites. Totally down with that. Justice should be meted out evenly across the board, no matter who you are, what you look like, what language you speak, etc., what God you believe in. We need to do better. Because the dildo of consequences will show up for you. You may not like it, but it never arrives lubricated, let's just say. Dylan Mulvaney, the most beautiful woman ever, said nobody ever. Let's see, says that he's considering leaving the U.S. and moving to the U.K. permanently. Good. Make sure you go to London. It's a great place for people like you.
I'm trying to move here permanent. There's something about being here that makes me feel like people have been so kind, and the theater culture is amazing. And
the theater culture, yeah. Make sure you go to London and if you perform in the Theater of London, make sure you ask Sadiq Khan for a date. Just saying. I'm pretty sure Sadiq would probably like that. You know, you're a twink. You know, a twink in a dress. I mean, I mean, maybe he can take you to the mosque and introduce you around. They can take you to his high-rise apartment and give you a nice, good view. You know, the social mobility there here is really, really, really high. All the way to the ground.
Percy pigs are my favorite. So honestly, that makes the move worth it. I'm trying to move.
Goodbye, Dylan. Goodbye. Bye-bye. I'm like the person on the plane saying bye-bye. And Newt said the magic word. He said the C word. Dylan.
You're a cunt. You're a cunt.
You're a cunt. You're a cunt.
You're a cunt. You're a cunt. You're a cunt. You're a cunt.
Just saying, you are a CUNT. You are see you next Tuesday. Wow. Okay. Some chick wanting to be a dude. Okay. It's totally not a social contagion. I mean, they've only seen the increase in transgenderism like, you know, thousands of percentages up. But it's totally not a social contagion. Meet the Minnesota District Attorney Mary Moriarty. What a great last name, Moriarty. Like the evil villain from all the Sherlock Holmes novels. This is a woman who is refusing to prosecute a man for keying 6 Teslas. Oh, no. He only damaged people's property. Well, don't prosecute him because he shares my ideology, you see. Judges should be impartial and fair. Not swayed by their perversions of what they do with their butthole as to how they're going to mete out justice. Just saying. Huh. A man. Yes. I remember this one. I watch this guy's channel. He does a great job. He goes and finds houses in impoverished areas or rundown areas, and he just cleans their houses up for free. Totally does it for free. Absolutely does it just for complete free. And the neighbors call the cops on him. It happens again and again that the neighbors don't like him being around. And a lot of times people come out, I don't like this white guy being in my black neighborhood. And I says, why? He's just cleaning up this property. Well, why he doing that? I can't go to his neighborhood and do that. I says, yes, you can. This isn't a white-black thing. This is him just being neighborly.
Aside, because if you get in my way, there's going to be problems. You understand?
I didn't break any laws. I just wanted to help someone who couldn't afford help. Today, I went to mow the lawn for an 80-year-old widow. She lives alone, on a fixed income, and her front yard had grown wild after weeks of heat and rain.
Yeah, I've seen him rebuild someone's front stairs. I've seen him clear out the whole backyard of somebody that had a building that was collapsing. It was an old garage, one of those detached garages that was collapsing. This guy does good work. I've watched his stuff for years, and it's very pleasant to watch, and it fills your heart that there's still hope for humanity. I showed you a lot of black pilling shit, a lot of shit that really can doom you out. That's not the purpose of the show. The show is to laugh at clown with a little bit, give you a little spicy takes. I'm going to say things that are going to be a little bit on that spicy side. It's okay. But there's the hope here. Now, yes, these cops are being assholes. That's true. Some cops are just being complete assholes. You know. So it's here. The story is disgusting because the cops are taking a kickback from another landscaper. Wow. You got any receipts on that? I'd like to see that.
She told me the city had already warned her. Clean it up or get fined. Thing is, she can't afford to pay the $300 the city charges to cut it, so I offered to do it for free. I'd barely gotten halfway through when 2 police cruisers pulled up, lights on, doors swinging open. One officer steps out and says, "You need to shut that mower off now." I was confused, thought maybe they were checking in. But then he told me I was trespassing and under investigation for unauthorized property maintenance. I pointed at the lady standing on her porch, waving frantically. "She asked me to help," I said. "She gave me permission." They ignored her. One of them told me the yard fell under a municipal code that made it restricted property because of pending fines. The woman kept pleading, trying to explain, but they wouldn't listen. One officer handcuffed me right there in front of her.
Unbelievable.
Turns out the local department offers a paid lawn service, and if neighbors or charities step in for free, they interfere with city business. I sat in the back of the cruiser, watching that poor woman cry on her porch. I wasn't charged. They let me go later with a warning. But they told me next time it would be a citation for disruption of municipal process. I'm going back this week to finish the job before they fine her, even if it means getting arrested again. If you want to hear what happens next, just type stand.
God damn. What a good dude. What a good dude. This is the energy we need. Don't be afraid of corrupt politicians, corrupt city council, corrupt cops. We will remember you, and we will vote accordingly. We will. I despise hypocrisy. We're doing what the law says. What are you going to do with this? Woman can't afford any of this. She can't afford any of this. He's going to do it. He volunteers to do it for nothing. He's not disrupting anything. Oh, you're stopping them from getting their money. You're stopping them from being able to seize her property. That's what it really is about. Probably more than just a lawn care kickback. It's probably about them saying, well, if you don't pay this, then we're just going to seize your property. Boot her out on the street. Because that property is worth a whole lot more than just something one guy getting a lawn job. Unbelievable. What would you name this? A little palate cleanser for us. He looks like Pai Mei. I would name him Pai Mei. Which reminds me, I prefer to always give people the Mr. Miyagi treatment, you know. But if I have to, I will give you Pai Mei. Yeah, word to the wise, you know. Oh, yeah. What is this? I wonder who she voted for. Oh, okay. Let's see here. From Kelly Star.
I have to follow every fucking law, but that fucking faggot can leave the fucking scene without a turn signal. Give him a ticket!
Do you need an ambulance?
He doesn't have a turn signal. Give him a ticket!
You need to go to the...
Oh, my God.
Okay. Can I help you with anything else?
Give him a ticket! Fucking come on!
It's not gonna happen.
And then she's going to wonder why she gets arrested. This is disorderly conduct. Oh, my God.
Help you with tonight.
Yeah, giving him a ticket!
All right, it's not gonna happen.
Oh, my God.
To do whatever the fuck he wants for!
Girl, you're going to blow a gasket. The entitlement. Yeah, this is a Biden voter. This is a Kamala voter. This is the person that thought that Kamala was gonna win. And this is the person that's mad at Trump, mad at the world.
I just want to know, are you okay?
Clearly, she's not okay. Listen to her. The screeching. She's experiencing the puckering. The puckering. This is the sound of the puckering. the puckering. We haven't heard the puckering in a while, but this is the sound of the puckering. Oh my God. Listen to her pucker.
Fucking dumbass! Why the fuck doesn't he get a ticket?
I mean, this is the moment where I pull her out of the car and arrest her for suspicion of being intoxicated. Clearly, this is a behavior of someone that is mentally ill or high as fuck, talking to birds and shit. My God. Yeah, Shasta, right. A Thorazine dart. You know. Bink. Ooh. Calm the fuck down.
Man, I can help you talk to somebody.
He didn't use his turn signal!
The third signal! It's like the Chinese woman. Good luck, everybody else, and going across 4 lanes of traffic without even looking. Give her a ticket. No. No, you can't do that. Oh my God. My God, people have just lost. This woman needs some magnesium. She doesn't have enough magnesium. It would help her balance out a little bit. Just unbelievable. So someone says, this AKA person says, 100% of what it says, white people would literally choose a dog over a refugee in a heartbeat. I think most Americans would choose a dog over a refugee at this point. I don't really think it is a black or a white thing. It's just weird. It's weird. Huh. What's going on here? So a black American visits like Africa and gets robbed. Okay, well, you go to a third world countries, that's just going to happen. I don't think it's news or tweet worthy. Oh, let's see what else we got. What is this? It says from Colin Rugg. It says Louisiana hairstylist starts cutting off the hair of an 11-year-old girl after the mother refused to pay $25 fee for being late. Wild. Once the hairstylist finished the haircut, she began cutting off the braids. When the mother tried to stop her, she was cut on the hand and started bleeding. She arrives at 5:10, and according to the stylist, she has a 10-minute grace period, and now she states she's going to give her a $25 late penalty. The girl's grandmother said on Facebook, says she braids my daughter's hair, and when my daughter refuses to pay the extra $25, she threatens to take my daughter's hair down. So my daughter and the young lady share words. She grabs scissors, y'all. My daughter's trying to get her daughter, and the stylist cuts my daughter's, y'all. Oh my God, my daughter is 6 months pregnant. What the fuck? Grabs the scissors. She finished the haircut, and now she's just gonna start cutting the braids out. Does she just finish doing? It's just no. This is unbelievable. And she's like, no, I'm just gonna do this. We're gonna fight over this. And she's gonna say, no, I'm gonna do this. Who the hell? Oh my God. Just absolute garbage behavior. We've got to do better, people. We've got to do better. Cat Turd posted the same story I just talked about. Woke climate activist at Trump Tower, New York City, was arrested by Secret Service after vandalizing the Trump 45 placard with spray paint. You know, his girlfriend's at home getting slammed by a basketball team, and he's here doing
Fucking
this.
piece of shit, bro.
This is gonna sit down with his little soy jeans on. His soy jeans. He's gonna soil his little soy jeans. He's gonna sit there. I'm Confucius. No, you're Confucians. He's gonna come home and ask his wife, "Hey, how'd the basketball team do you? Was it a good enough training for you, honey? Are you satisfied?" Yes, he's the new Buddha, everybody. He's the new Buddha.
What guy's doing that? Hey guys, gotta leave.
No, man, just pick his ass up by his soy beard and choke slam his little soy chicken wings until his soy ass is spread all over the floor. You got to make this shit hurt for these people. We need the Doom Slayer to come out and mete out a little bit of super elbow or super knee to really give these people a little bit of what for. You know what I mean? Can we glue you to the bottom of the elevator, Astro asks. Yeah, let him go up and down all day long. You probably would like that.
Don't touch him. Don't touch him.
This guy's got a whole collection of rainbow dildos at home, I guarantee it.
Do not touch him.
Spray painted, please. Spray painted.
Are you police? Yes, I am. Name and badge number?
Look at this soy fucker trying to interfere. Don't touch him. Don't touch him. What's your name and badge number? Go fuck yourself, dude. Arrest his ass too.
Badge number? What police force are you with?
It's private security, you jackass. Fuck you, he's under arrest. If you're interfering with security or police who are administering, this is the President of the United States building. This guy comes in and vandalizes it. He lucky he didn't get choke slammed. How polite they treated this guy. And then the old fucker thing, who are you? Why are you arresting him? How dare you? What authority do you have? Nope, you're interfering. Tase. Boom, arrest your ass too. Unbelievable. So what's going on here? What's going on here? It says at Amuse, the Metcalf family has just buried their teenage son, and it's just the start of their nightmare. Austin's twin brother held him in his arms as he died. That's true. And now the black activists are making credible death threats against him. His father lost his job. Oh boy. And both of his parents' homes have been swatted repeatedly. That's true. They have been swatted repeatedly by this time. So the family of the slain Texas teens targeted by black activists. Unbelievable. Just unbelievable. You murder one son and then you start terrorizing the family. I hope Mello drops the soap in prison. Yeah, I really hope he does. Yeah. I really hope he does. Well, let's hear Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson. I'm struggling to see how it burdens a parent religious exercise and the school teaches something the parent disagrees with. You have a choice. You don't have to send your kid to that school. Oh, yeah, it's very true. You're right. And then when we go to homeschool, you tell us we're evil, white, and supreme and bigots.
And I guess I'm struggling to see how it burdens a parent's religious exercise if the school teaches something that the parent disagrees with. You have a choice. You don't have to send your kid to that school. You can put them in another situation. And I guess
I agree. But we know what happens when, like I said, I separated myself from a group of bad actors doing bad things, extremists, Nazi, racist kind of people who wanted me to, stay involved with them despite of all that. I said, no, my brand and objects, my persona, my personality, my friends and family would never accept that. I would never accept that. I'm going to remove myself from that. But what they did, they chased me down and have been chasing me ever since. That's exactly what you would do if you pull your kid out of a school because you don't like what's being taught in that school. They chase you down, calling you a bigot, calling you the bad guy. Weird, huh? Jaron leaves the Flat Earth cult, and now his previous people that he called friends for 10 years are now chasing him down, doing all the same things to him that happened to me when I left the inner circle of thought. Same thing. She'll have people chase down parents who dare pull their kids out of school for religious reasons. So I'm glad you were here with me, chasing down all these stories and enjoying this Walking in the Woods Wednesday, focusing on James Wood. Unlimited L's following me today. That was fucking fantastic. I'm really glad to see that. Tick Pickett in the house. Good to see you. Good to see you. Of course, we're going to be bouncing over to BowlingPoint.live right after the show. BowlingPoint.live, everybody. We'll bounce it over here. We're going to be wrapping up the show here. I want to say thank you for joining me again. I'll be back again 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time Thursday for Thursday Thunderdome. No politics, no doom scrolling, all music. Yes, we take your request. All you got to do is simply gift box at least one gift sub, and you get to put in a request for a song. It's hosted by me and Newt. It's Thursday Thunderdome tomorrow, 7:30 p.m. I'm going to go ahead and put on the Reaper Radio for you guys to enjoy as the background sound to everything that you're doing. A little background sound. I'm doing a little lo-fi beats for you guys to enjoy. And so the 24-hour music shall roll out. Good night. God bless. Thank you all. Here's the MAGA Mayhem Stinger. We're going to put that one going out to you guys. Let's go ahead and got to find that on the list here. So boom, boom, boom. MAGA Mayhem. We'll be back again tomorrow, Thursday Thunderdome. God bless everybody. Let's go.